My name's Mike, and you are?
I'm Carlos Sosa Jr., not senior, that's my father.
Got it.
Yeah,
nice to meet you.
It's very important to put a junior at the end there.
So do you do webcomics or comic game?
I do traditional art. I'm a traditional painter by trade.
Wow.
And I was trained in oils, but I decided, as I was experimenting with watercolor, I really like telling stories. I also used to be a film major. So I figured I'd decide to combine my painting and my need to tell stories. And I figured, well, comics are kind of fun. My first foray, though, was more like these accordion books. And they're pretty much just giant scrolls that tell a story. And then I decided, I was taking an illustration class, and one of our assignments was to do a comic based on a dream. So one of these dreams was pretty much what ended up snowballing into Combat Wombat. So this was literally the dream I've had. It was really crazy, it's random. And then I took an independent study at UCF for an illustration program, and then it just went off from there. Now, I'm selling these here at MegaCon in black and white because I had to print them out myself. I print them at school, I bond them all together. You know, and it's mostly just slightly above cost so I can get the name out, and on top of that promote the comic, which is going to be posted on the web soon in full color.
This is incredible. Well,
almost all my everything I do is like done by hands, like watercolor postcard. Like I just do watercolors, and I touch things up a little bit on Photoshop. I'm just learning it. I feel like the old guy in my class because I'm like, I literally had an illustration class where I think you were in that one, Peter. No, James was in that one. Everyone has their laptop out, and I have an easel with a canvas, and I'm painting the dragon. I'm like, all right, we have to do a dragon, so I'm really freaking painting it. And then I just kind of lit it, I was like, man, I need to get with the digital thing, because I need to put my stuff together,
So would you lean towards doing it on the computer or stick with painting?
A lot of my work initially is just traditional, and then I bring it onto the computer for composition reasons, fix perspective. I feel like the computer helps me move faster because then I don't have to worry and double check myself all the time with perspective because I always correct things on the computer. And I've been learning Photoshop with manipulation, the text. I used to do text by hand, which was just mind-numbing. That was unreal. Now I'm doing them all digitally. You know, just little things like that help me speed up my process.
Wow.
And yeah, I figured out, I love illustration, I love doing book covers.
I just get into that. This looks phenomenal.
Thank you.
How many years have you been here at MegaCon, or is this your first?
This is my first MegaCon, literally my first MegaCon. The end of this independent study with this comic I did with Victor Davila. He's a graphic design professor at UCF. The end goal of that independent study, what my grade would be based on, was I finished the comic for MegaCon. So I pretty much went through the entire process from literally the concepts, just having everything written down, literally doing the turnarounds for the characters, into how it's getting printed, how I do a spread, how all the spreads come together. I did everything by myself for MegaCon. That's my grade.
Hey, that's a good reason.
Yeah, so
we're all here to see this.
It was a hell of an experience ride. I'm glad it's over, to be honest. Like, I'm so exhausted from it. A lot of sleepless nights working on this.
I understand that feeling. So, do you have anything that you'd like to tell viewers for comic books, or?
If you got a good story to tell, really just write it. Just sit down and write it. Just do a quick summary of what the action should be, and just write the script, because the drawings can be but if the story is really compelling, you don't mind the drawings as much. Now, if you can find a good artist and you have a great writer, that's what makes the comics we all remember. That's pretty much the best advice I can give, is just sit down and just write it. Just write it.
That's wonderful. Well, it was great to meet you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
That was great.
It's been a pleasure.